I want you to look at these photos of Chico, the looks maxing community's idol, the most attractive man in the entire world. But look at these screenshots of when he's talking. Now, if you did not know Chico, you don't know a single thing about him, you would probably just assume this is an average looking guy. Oh, look at those prey eyes. He is not very handsome at all. But then if you look at this photo or any of his modeling photos, you're blown away. You're like, geez, that guy looks like a top model. He looks freaking insane. And it's because celebrities and models, they know how to fraud. They know how to work their angles. They know how to look as good as possible at all times. And you can do it too, to enhance your online presence, to enhance your dating life, freaking everything. So today I'm going to teach you exactly what male models and celebrities are doing to fraud and lie to you to look more attractive, because we have them in this mystical little light of just beauty, like they're the most perfect creature in the world, when in reality they're probably not much more handsome than you. So without further ado, let's get it. First things first is going to be lens distortion. So I've noticed this with a lot of content creators, and it's kind of a big difference between who is perceived as more attractive versus who is not. So for example, if a lot of content creators, and just maybe you're like uploading a lot of selfies, stuff like that, if you're up in front of the front facing camera, you're not going to look good because lens distortion. Fun fact of the day, I actually film all my videos on an iPhone 12 Pro on the front facing camera. So there's hella lens distortion. For example, look at me right now. Then I'm going to attach a photo with me with a 50mm lens, a professional camera, which a lot of these models, these celebrities, they don't upload any selfies. They don't ever have this lens distortion. They only have authentic photos that actually resembles how they truly look. They don't have any of this artificial stuff that actually makes you look less attractive. I think Dylan Lantham is also a great example of this. He's a very, very handsome guy, but a lot of guys seem to have this perception that he's very unattractive, because just like me, he's always up in front of the camera like yelling, and this is going to distort your face, man. Like, it's going to make the eyes look further apart. It's going to make the face look, it's like a fisheye basically. It's not going to look good. And these models, these celebrities, they know it. I mean, look at Jeremy Meeks in the front facing camera. Once again, he looks like an average freaking dude. So avoid the front facing camera as much as possible and get your booty in front of that 50mm lens, or you can use the back camera, and if you do the 2x zoom into like the mirror, this is actually truly how you look. It's pretty obvious, but once you increase your SMV to such a high level, like, you become very famous. Think of Tom Holland. Tom Holland, he really doesn't look that attractive when it comes to looks maxing, rating faces, stuff like this, but he's freaking Spider-Man, man. He's dating Zendaya, who's also perceived as someone a lot more attractive than I think they really are. And this is how society works. You know, like, once you have these preconceived notions, once you have these positive halo effects in place, like, you're that guy, you're that celebrity, you're that big time model, it's hard to break this reputation. I think a good example of this is actually, it sounds weird, but I don't know if you can relate with this. So I remember, like, growing up in my hometown, there weren't that many people with abs, that many people with six packs, but if someone were to get like a six pack once and they would show it off, maybe like during high school or even outside of high school, for some reason they would always develop the reputation that they're the fit guy, they're the guy with the abs, so on and so forth. Even if, for example, they're bulking 90% of the year and they don't have abs, they're known as the guy with abs. It's like, if you get the reputation that you are the handsome guy, you're the attractive guy, people will perceive you like this. It's pretty obvious, but most of these models, most of these celebrities, they will not be spotted in public without a full face of makeup. Yes, the men as well. Like, they've got full makeup, they've got their eyelashes done, their eyebrows done. A lot of these men, they're wearing literally like hair pieces. Like, all these celebrity men you see on the red carpet, things like this, they're literally wearing wigs so that, once again, they look more attractive than they actually are. Like, there are so many different things that go into it, and you're comparing yourselves to these guys who are consistently frauding. Like, you're looking at yourself first thing in the morning, no shower, no skincare, compared to Brad Pitt on the red carpet, full face of makeup, he's got his hair done, everything. It's not a very fair comparison. Now, I'm not sure who out there is actually doing this, but there are a lot of people, especially influencers, they're literally doing Photoshop and enhancing their videos. So now, even with videos, you can literally, I've seen this in CapCut, you can add makeup, you can change your jawline, you can change your eye shape in freaking CapCut. Like, you can use AI to make yourself look prettier in video, which used to be something impossible to do, But now you can look more attractive, and so many people, the men, the women, social media, they're making their waist to shoulder ratio more enhanced, making their waist small. Girls are making their boobs bigger, their butts bigger. Guys are making their abs more defined, their chest more defined. Everyone seems to be frauding. Now, in my opinion, when it comes to photos, frauding isn't getting a good photo, having a good filter. That's just a good freaking photo. What is frauding is genuinely photoshopping, face-apping. If you are face-apping out there, that is frauding, but if you need it for Tinder, things like that, I think something subtle could be good. I've seen a lot of guys, they try to get away with overly frauding their photos. Like they go full-blown face app to where they look 3 points more attractive than they are. That is called catfishing, my friend. That is pure catfishing. But if you look a little bit more enhanced, there's nothing wrong with that. There are tons of celebrities out there. For example, Ariana Grande, the Kardashians. I don't know if it's all the Kardashians, maybe one or two of them, but they do this thing where they get literally plastic surgery. Like, you can tell Zac Efron too. By the way, stop saying in my comment section that Zac Efron got an accident from 2010. This is why his face is completely different in 2024. No, 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 no. He got fillers, man. He got jaw filler. Your lip does not get bigger from an accident. Your lip gets bigger from lip filler. So there are people, there's all these celebrities, all these models too, like Jordan Barrett. They literally get these enhancements and then they lie to you about it. They will never tell you, hey, I got this jaw implant, I got this chin implant, I got my nose, or I got some lip filler. Tons of celebrity men, Brad Pitt, Ryan Gosling, they're getting their lips filled nowadays. Like, they are getting as competitive with women. But the thing is, men, we need to be low-key about it. We need to be subtle about it, because if it gets out there, if it gets known that you're doing all these plastic surgeries, you're wearing makeup all the time, then you get a bad reputation. So as men taking care of yourself, looks maxing, it's supposed to be something that you never tell anybody about. And I would take in the same account, man. If you were to get any plastic surgery, you were to do any sort of hard maxing, I don't think it's anybody's business to know exactly what you've done, unless, for one example, you were like me, you were like Austin Dunham, you're like Brett Maverick. Like, if you're one of these guys out there actually giving advice, and then you're getting surgeries and not telling people about it, and saying that your natural soft maxing protocols did it to fill your pockets with more money, that is called scamming. So you don't want to lie to your audience if you did get surgery, but if you're just a normal guy, you're not making money with this, then yes, it's no one's business what you got done. Which is actually a great transition to our next one. So this one is terrible. I hate this more than anything else in the world, but it's all these influencers, all these celebrities just juicing up off their gills and then lying about it straight up. The Rock, he's a good one. The biggest one, I think, that seems to get away with it is David Lade. David Lade is the biggest fake natty in the universe, but no one seems to recognize it. No one seems to know, oh, he's been juicing since he was a teenager. It's like, dude, it is the most obvious thing. I can go down into detail, but this is not the channel to spot out fake natties. I'm telling you right now, he's a fake natty. He's lied to people, told people that he's natural, and tons of these people do it. I don't have an issue if you're gonna take gear, but I do have an issue if you make any sort of income from the fitness industry. Once again, this is lying and scamming. So if you want to fraud, just like the celebrities, the models, as long as you're not making money from the fitness industry, you have my permission to take maybe a little bit of SORMs, MK677, nothing crazy, get some more gains, and then you don't have to tell anybody that you did it, unless, once again, you're making money with it. I don't really get it, but on one end, I kind of do. So all these celebrities, these models, they all fraud height more than anything. For example, The Rock, he says he's 6'5", but he's really roughly 6'1", 6'2". Jordan Barrett, he's listed at 6'2" on the modeling sites, but a lot of people speculate that he's 5'11", 6 feet tall. Chico, for example, he says that he's 6'3", 6'4". He actually does exactly what I do, but I've seen him in photos. He's literally like 6'6". Like, he's next to some very tall guys. I can tell you right now, if me and Chico meet in person, we would probably be roughly about eye level. Now, they do this to pretty much be an ideal height according to the public, because you want to be perceived more attractive, and height is definitely a big part of this, you know? So for models, they need to be in this height range to actually secure more jobs. And then celebrities, obviously, seems like celebrities, they just want to be as tall as possible just to be perceived as more attractive, and they will do just about anything to do with this. And a lot of them, they'll wear lifts, try to look taller, wear outfits that create the illusion that they're taller than they really are. Overall, there's tons and tons of height frauding in these industries. Now, actually, I haven't seen anyone get limb lengthening and get away with it, but I also would not be surprised if someone were to actually try that. Now, you actually don't have to fraud your height if you don't want to, because height growth is only 60 to 80% genetic, 20 to 40% environmental, meaning that you can control it. And with both my parents being roughly 5'8", 5'9", I grew to 6'6" because I was able to optimize my nutrition. Number one reason most people don't optimize their height growth is because nutrient deficiencies. 92% of Americans across all social classes are deficient in basic vitamins and minerals, which actually going to shut down IGF-1 human growth hormone, closing those growth plates. So you got to pick up Titan Growth 2.0 on my website, kalosique.com, which is 500 to 1000% of all your daily required nutrients to optimize your height growth. And don't forget, guys, I just relaunched my coaching program. So if you want to look like a Greek god, male model, get super aesthetic, link below to finally apply to work with me. And one-on-one, I will help you get there. And don't forget to join Kalos VIP. This is my school looks maxing. With my 3-hour looks maxing masterclass, 2-hour height growth masterclass. Right now, we have the female nature masterclass. Every 2 weeks, we hop on a VIP group call with me and all my students. It is the best value for your freaking money. You got to join right now, man, in the description box. P. Davidson has pre-selection nailed down to a T. I'm telling you guys, like, you don't realize how insane pre-selection actually is when it comes to your attraction. So Pete Davidson has been seen with some of the most attractive women all throughout Hollywood. You know, like, he's dated the Kardashians, he's dated Ariana, all these other people. And so what this does is it makes him be perceived as a Chad, as a slayer who can get any single girl that he wants to, and he can. Girls are throwing themselves at him, and it's because pre-selection. I don't think you guys know this, man. If you can somehow display that other women want you, you are attractive to other girls. Other girls feel safe to be in your presence. Other girls like being around you. This will make you 1,000,000,000 times more attractive. Like, let's say we have an average guy. I'm being dead serious right now. We have an average guy. He's a 5 out of 10, 60K a year. He's not very handsome. Maybe he's got abs. He's got one thing that sets him out just a little bit, but he's got attractive women constantly with him. He goes to a party, he's got 2 attractive girls with him. His dating history is insane. It's just like Pete Davidson versus the guy. He's the Chad. He's 6'2". He's handsome. He's strong. He's jacked. No girls around him. No girls on his social media. I can guarantee you, the average guy will get more girls, 100%. Last but not least is all these people. This is definitely what you need to be doing. But they display their best angles. They always look their freaking best. When they post to social media, they know where they look best. Like, I look best portfolio. I like my side view more than my front view. And so when I post to social media, I try to display the jawline, the cheekbones, everything to my best ability. And you should be doing things just like this too, man. Why would you be uploading photos where you don't look like your absolute best, man? So these celebrities, these models, when they're on a photo shoot, when they're filming a movie, they know exactly where to stand. They know exactly where to look. They know exactly what to do to look as handsome, as attractive as possible. And you need to be doing this too. You have to be learning those angles and knowing where to look, how to look, eye posture, tongue posture, freaking everything, man. And that's it. Subscribe if you're new. Love you guys with all my heart. Peace.